Hello, Taurus. Welcome to Souls Intersect. I have your love and relationship reading for the rest of July and August, so it'll be geared mostly towards August since we're nearing the end of July. Also, check out your July general reading, and the August general reading will be coming up in a couple weeks. So keep your eyes peeled for that. If you're interested in a private reading with me, please email me at soulsintersect@gmail.com. It is my intention to read for both singles and those of you already involved in relationships. So I'm setting that intention, but I'll be interpreting the cards and receiving my intuitive messages, so I'll go with those first and foremost, but that is my aim. Okay, so right off the bat I'm seeing a couple. So this could be two people already involved with each other, or two people looking to get involved with each other. At the very least, I'm seeing you as the Page of Pentacles interested in this Page of Cups person. It is coming up as a Cups card, so I feel that for some of you it may actually be a water sign. For others, I just feel that it's signaling that this person does have some shared feelings towards you as well. So I do feel that there's a romantic interest there on the part of this Page of Cups person. The other two cards are really positive. I see the Two of Wands and the Three of Wands surrounding you. And the impression that I'm getting is that this does have the potential to be a really close and beautiful partnership, and one in which you could build a really solid foundation together, and it's just kind of in the early stages right now. It feels like something that could feel comforting and stable and warm and happy, and also though spiritual, like a deep connection. It would involve a deep connection as well. What's interesting is that I'm seeing you as this Page of Pentacles, this being your element, and I'm feeling that they're pages because this is very much about the early stages of something. So this would be reading more for singles, and I'll see what other interpretation I come up with later. But it's because it's in the early stages, and same with this kind of 2 or 3. So it's like that ace happened, the Ace of Wands, this initial spark. And so there is mutual recognition. But there's some dynamics at play here. And so what I'm feeling is that while there is a lot of positive potential, one issue, it feels like I see you with your back towards this Two of Wands. So I'm getting the feeling that there's a little bit of hurriedness on your part, Taurus, that maybe you're hoping things will move a little bit faster, whereas this other person is sort of examining their emotions, taking their time a little bit, and maybe waiting for things to develop. And the message I'm getting for you is to, it's kind of like, don't skip a step. You felt that initial spark, and I see you kind of looking towards the distance, towards this Three of Wands, which is more of a development stage. But don't forget to ignore just kind of this recognition of each other's souls, and sort of getting to know each other also with this sort of Two of Wands energy. It feels like it really is a deep spiritual partnership, but I think being the earth sign that you are, you have some practical things in mind too, and that's understandable, and maybe you are excited and also just kind of hoping for things to develop into the further stages, because there's so much fun to be had there, but also you're being called upon to recognize how enjoyable this stage can also be. Just the mutual recognition of each other's souls, and sometimes that takes a little bit longer than we are used to on the earth plane. It may be new for you, this sort of the type of spiritual bond that you have with this person. So for some of you, it does feel like this is involving a soulmate or a very strong soul connection. Okay. And I do feel that some of the delay may be, it might be a little bit of an exaggerated delay on the part of this Page of Cups person, and it just feels like that's part of their character more than anything. I don't feel like it's any serious impediment or something to worry about. And I just also kind of feel like it's divine timing. So part of why that person may be delaying may just be kind of spirit playing a role in this, making sure that it does develop slowly for the best interest of all. In terms of couples, I am picking up on also early stages in the sense that so this could be newlyweds, people who just moved in together or just got married, something like that. It feels like there's been a shift and it's in the beginning stages after that shift. So those are just two examples, but it could sort of be something else. It could be you moved away together somewhere, someone just returned from somewhere, or like I said, you just moved in or just got married or something, or just got engaged. Something along those lines. It could also be that you've just added a child to the mix, that you've just had a child together. It just feels like either very early stages of a stage in a relationship, or the early stages after some sort of shift. And I'm getting similar energies, like it feels like there's a lot of potential, but there's a little bit of not seeing eye to eye on something. It's interesting, I'm actually picking up on a little bit of incompatibility, and it doesn't feel like that's like it's something that means you're doomed or anything like that. It's almost like there's recently been a shift where you realize you don't see eye to eye on certain things, and that could be anything from political beliefs to how you handle things on a day-to-day basis, or just how you approach something, like in terms of family, or if you just had a child, in terms of how to raise a child. It could have to do with the spirituality around that, with these two very spiritual cards. Or something along those lines. It just, I'm also kind of picking up on now that there's no swords here, and there's a lot of this like creative energy surrounding you, and that one of you is very emotion oriented and one of you is very, which is you, Taurus, most likely, more practical oriented. And there may be a little bit of a lack of communication. So if you're feeling in a relationship like there's some sort of incompatibility happening and not seeing eye to eye on something, or if you haven't even defined what it is that is incompatible, that just something just feels off, it could just be that you're being called upon to really communicate with each other more, because that's kind of the missing element here, this lack of swords. There's a lack of truthfulness, and that doesn't mean that you're being dishonest. It could mean that you're withholding something or just not speaking up about it. But yeah, I'm definitely really picking up on the absence of the swords here. So sometimes we read also in terms of what's not there. And so that's something that you're being encouraged to do, is to communicate better or be honest or more forthright about something. And I feel like that could help the two of you see eye to eye in some way. Let me see what else I get here. Okay. I'm also getting that some of you have children, and I'm feeling like this is maybe addressing one of those stages, like a change in terms of, it could be like the beginning of an empty nest stage for some of you. So it's a similar energy in that it feels like the beginnings of a stage after something like that happened, and I feel that there's probably two children involved, and they're both kind of beginning something themselves elsewhere, either farther away. If they weren't necessarily living with you, it could be that they lived nearby and are now living farther away, and it's causing a little bit of an imbalance, and that's normal. It's not something I've experienced myself, but based on the messages that I'm receiving, I feel that it's normal to kind of feel this way after a shift like that, especially if this is an empty nest sort of thing. And it can sort of feel like things feel out of place, something's missing, especially if there's there's two children. I'm almost picking up on like one of you is closer to one of them and one of you is closer to the other. And so each of you sort of has like a missing piece or something like that. Or it could be one child where you each connect in different ways, and regardless, there seems to be sort of a missing piece now, something that helped connect the two of you. But I would think of it as a bright new beginning, because that feels to me like this is a chance to reconnect in some way, the two of you to reconnect, because it does feel like you are more compatible than you realize still, and that, yeah, this is just a beautiful new beginning and chance to reconnect. All right, so thank you, Taurus. And again, if you're interested in a private reading, please email me at soulsintersect@gmail.com. Thank you.